internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Got it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. I can't believe the information we're going to go over today. And I can't believe that the fact that XRP is going to be trading at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60 in our lifetime. And 99% of the world's population are going to miss out on this opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. You guys are the chosen ones because you guys see the vision that we see, that I see. And in today's video, I'm going to print you that picture. And there is no denying in what's going on behind the scenes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. But before I get into it, take a listen to this video by Tobias Adrian.
But if you think further into the future, if such sort of coins would become more important in some future monetary system, there surely will be further implications for the international monetary system. And
if some coins in the future that might become more important in the monetary system, they all know what's coming down the pipelines, okay? This panel that took place back in 2019 before XRP and Ripple got hit with the lawsuit were done with high-level individuals. This is Adrian, okay? So this is Tobias Adrian. And here we have Brad Garlinghouse, and here we have Christine Lagarde. At the time of this recording, Christine Lagarde was the head of the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. Okay, and which the FSB, the Financial Stability Board, and the IMF actually came together and put together a paper for policies for crypto assets. This was published actually just yesterday. Okay, things are going to get extremely interesting. Christine Lagarde, pro XRP, pro Ripple, and she's not a fan of the whole Bitcoin and Ethereum mechanisms.
So I think the role of the disruptors and anything that is using distributed ledger technology, whether you call it crypto assets, currencies, or whatever, and it's far from the Bitcoins that we used to talk about a year ago, that is clearly shaking the system. Okay, and the information I'm going to show you today is going to blow your mind. This is all an inside show with the FSB. And look, this white paper, which we're going to get into, is from October 2021. Okay, it's 2 years old. And then all of a sudden we have the IMF coming in because they're the International Monetary Fund. And I'm going to connect everything together. This was just announced a couple days ago, but this is big. Leading enterprise crypto company Ripple acquires Fortress Trust. And take a listen to what Monica Long says here. Licenses are a powerful enabler to build and deliver best-in-action customer experience for enterprise using Ripple's crypto infrastructure across our payments and liquidity solutions. President at Ripple. And now take a listen to this little brief montage of videos of this panel, this IMF panel, and take a listen to what they're talking about, and then ask yourself, why was Brad Garlinghouse at that panel? Why with those individuals? And it gets even better. I didn't even point out the bullish part. This paper was only released because it was approved for circulation by Tobias Adrian. And then we'll break down this document in another video, but this video is already jam-packed, so we don't even have time for this. But Tobias Adrian, this individual, approved those PDF to be released. It gets even better because we have ex-Ripple members. I'm going to get into the video in a moment, but this just goes so deep. So we have, this is his profile. He's been at the IMF for 6 years and 9 months. And prior to that, he was at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. And I've said this ever since I started YouTube, because I just know how these big companies, these banks, how they just operate because I'm within that system. I know how these guys operate. I know how these movements happen. If we go to Jess Cheng, she worked at Ripple. But take a look at how all these individuals know each other from one end to another, okay? So Jess actually worked at Federal Bank of New York
Federal Reserve Bank of New York, at the same time that Tobias Adrian was there as well, right? Well, what are the odds of that? And then in 2017, he went to the IMF. Jess Chang went to Ripple for 2 years and 6 months in September until 2018, and then went to the IMF at the same time that Tobias Adrian went to the IMF. You see how this all adds up? And now she's the senior counsel at the Federal Reserve Board, joining Michael Barr. Give me a freaking break. Take a listen to this video.
So I think one of the big motivations for this new technology, right, because Agustin is asking why, is that there's huge financial exclusion, and these technologies have proven to increase financial inclusion enormously. So I think you have to look broadly around the world. I think this is one motivation, and I think the Ripple example is one example, and Norman has talked about that, is that international payments are very expensive, and the structure is not very well built.
I just talk about the technological challenge. If you want to have a decentralized distributed system for all the retail public, then the system will be gigantic. The technological challenge in doing a efficient payment system will be very enormous. But the conclusion is that if the central banks or the authorities don't take a proactive step, I think the private sector will be miles ahead, and they are already doing a lot without a appropriate regulatory regime in place.
And what makes this thing so big is the fact that people don't understand the test that happened when the FSB came out with this document back on 2021. Okay, why am I bringing this up again? Because it's so important. All of a sudden, we have the FSB coming along with the IMF. I told you there's so many closed door meetings that are taking place, so many events that are taking place that we are not aware of, that the public will not be aware of until it happens and it reflects the price. Take a listen to this. So we got the IMF, FSB. We got FSB leading the way since inception for this cross-border payment enhancements, okay? And then this roadmap, which I've been crying over, just spread the word, share this video, smash that like button. On Q4 2021, they started to explore liquidity bridges. At the same time, Ripple previews Liquidity Hub to allow customers to buy, sell, and hold crypto assets, but also to utilize on-demand liquidity and XRP. And we have evidence to back that up. We have so much evidence that I'm only going to show you one aspect of it because that's all you need to see. But take a listen to this, right? For nearly 2 years, Ripple has leveraged Liquidity Hub for internal liquidity management as a part of its on-demand liquidity product, powering millions of transactions worth billions of dollars. Now Ripple will make the product available for its hundreds of customers globally, as well as any financial institutions, banks, fintechs, and corporates who need to support and they're preparing for the new crypto world, they said. And then when we go on to the XRP ledger, because this will just not lie, and we have zoomed out all the way since inception, okay, as you guys could see, and you're gonna see this big spike right here. How ironic, okay? This is just one attribute, one metric. I'm not gonna show you the rest, because if you're new to my channel, I've covered this many times, actually maybe like 4 times, but it just goes hand in hand with Tobias Adrian, the video, the IMF working paper that just came out with the FSB. But as you can see, this big spike, I'm not gonna put that in the bloopers. How ironic. And if we zoom in, well, it just happened to be on a Sunday, November 21st, 2021. At the same time that the FSB and the IMF were looking to explore liquidity bridges. And how ironic was it that Ripple released and started previewing their liquidity hub? Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I am truly burning out. I may go MIA for a couple of days, but hopefully not. Every day, my goal is to come out here and provide evidence, proof, advise, even get to one person on how big this crypto sector is going to get, because that's what makes me sleep at night. Knowing that people are somewhat educated. Some people might be confused after watching this video and still not connecting all the dots together, but that's okay. It just means you're new to this sector and there's a lot to learn. You got to understand, when I make these videos, I have almost 7 years under my belt in this crypto sector. So I have little brain memories of stuff that some of you guys will not even remember that I might just bring up in videos. But what I'm trying to say is, as every day goes by, there is zero doubt in my mind that the price of XRP is not gonna, go over 10, 20, 30, 40, $50. That's gonna happen 100%. But forget the price is what I'm trying to say. Look at the narrative that is playing out with all these high-end corporations, whatever you want to call it, entities, FSB, the IMF, like this panel taking place, this like there's just so many unanswered questions that will all become available to us in the future. Okay, I want to put this, I want to kind of put this in a different perspective. The world wouldn't have went crazy over the whole Epstein thing if the internet didn't come out. So the internet, ironically, pretty much messed up the whole Epstein, whatever that was going on, because people started seeing the truth. It was covered. It was being done on the media. But it's like the reverse is being done here with crypto. We have the media, but they're trying to suppress it. And by suppressing it, the only way is to have a coordinated attack done by these high-level individuals and companies against crypto. Like, there is a reason why Ripple and XRP were sued. There is a reason why they were targeted. It's not about XRP being a security. It's about creating level playing field and buying time, because they know XRP is going to play a major role in this. That's all it is. With that being said, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. But just take that away, okay? Just think about the whole, if nobody talked about, if the internet didn't start talking about Epstein, nobody would have known. Nobody would have known about all this stuff, right? The world is changing. This is the fourth industrial revolution we're going into. And you know what? Ripple is the monster house here, building a financial infrastructure that's going to connect every other financial infrastructure on this planet and provide a level playing field with a neutral bridge asset like XRP, moving value from one end to another in a speed of light. We'll be back with another episode.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.